contemplating for nearly 2 years about having my own YouTube channel. During these 2 years, I did start a couple of channels without having a clear idea about the niche or the process. As I didn't have the courage or confidence, I didn't show my face on the camera either. Fast forward, last week I have posted my first video where I show my face on camera. The doubts, fears and questions I had were so many. In this video, I'm not only going to share those fears, but also how I talked myself through it, how I managed to look past those doubts and finally post my video. Usually, we hear this topic from successful YouTubers who have well-established channel. When I hear them talk about their YouTube journey, I don't quite feel their actual struggle. Maybe because their success now and the confidence they have attained all these years have all diluted the effect that it could have brought in me. Maybe it was easier for them than it will be for me. Because I'm still a beginner, the fears and doubts I had are still fresh in my heart. I don't have to brush up my memory to remember what I told myself or what I'm telling myself even now. What you're going to hear now is raw, unpolished emotional struggle because what have I got to lose? Here are the fears I had. I hated to see myself on camera, fear of being found bad, what I've got to say that the hundreds of other YouTubers haven't covered already. What is the point of it all? Why should I have the channel at all? Is it a massive waste of time? And finally, what if I fail? It is obvious most people hate to see themselves on camera and do not like to hear their own voice. I was not an exception. When I recorded my very first clip, I couldn't stand watching it for more than 2 seconds. And here are the things I observed from it and what I did. I have conducted interviews as part of my job role, so I can pick up certain body languages that shows the candidate is anxious or not confident in their answers. Closely watching those clips, I realized I was exhibiting similar traits. It was quite surprising for me because I didn't know I was doing those before. I'm glad that I learned that about me because now it gives me a chance to correct myself. I watched few videos and read articles on how to speak confidently and picked up few ideas like smiling throughout the video, avoiding frequent blinking, and imagining one person who would be interested in what I've got to say. And there is something good I came across. It's not how I look, but what I have got to say that the viewers are interested in. When I desperately needed some information and I try to look for that in the videos where someone talks about it, I don't really care how they look or who are they. All I needed is the information. If I genuinely think what I have to say is going to help someone, think what would they miss if they didn't get to hear it from me because of all my insecurities that can be easily conquered. When I see photos taken few months ago or a year ago, I would think, that's a good photo. My skin used to be better. I didn't have so much wrinkles then. But I'm sure I would have been hard on myself on that day I took the picture. I would have focused on the negatives. Funnily enough, same thing happened while filming the last video. I did one recording talking the whole script, then an hour later after my lunch break, I redid the whole thing because I was determined to do it better. When I sat down to edit, I liked the first recording better and I ended up not using the second recording at all. Although it is not perfect, I'm still happy with the outcome. It's a great improvement from my very first clip. So the tip here is not to be hard on myself. YouTube is a very long journey and I'm going to make hundreds of videos after this. So I'm going to pick like the top 1 or 2 mistakes I make and then correct them one video at a time. To think about it, I did not fear being found by others, but I was terrified to be found bad. That is why I never showed my face on the other channel where I just posted whatever came to my mind with some messy recording and even worse editing. Now that this channel is a more serious one, I stopped asking what if they found me bad. Instead, I ask what if they find me good. That also can happen, right? If I improve the quality and provide informative videos, they can't ignore the fact that I'm good. After deciding to start a channel, I watched so many videos where YouTubers gave some incredible tips and so much motivational videos that said, just start, just do it. Most, if not all the channels I watched are from YouTubers from Western countries. and are much younger than me. While their videos gave me high dose of inspiration, they were all short-lived. Very soon after I come out of the video, the doses of inspiration faded away. So my thoughts would be like, their life path is totally different from mine. What applies for them will not apply to me. They all can do it, but I cannot. The image I built of myself in my mind is not the image of a person who would speak confidently to the world. She's a hard worker, yes, but not an influencer. She's not someone who anyone would listen to. During that time, I came across a channel while I was looking for keto recipes. It was not a very fancy or a high-tech channel, just a humble day-to-day vlog run by a girl who came from a similar background as me. Looking at her videos, I found our cultures are same. We dress similarly. In one of our Q&A videos, when her viewers asked, "Why YouTube? What are the doubts you had before starting the channel?" Now I don't know the rules around linking someone else's video in mine. I'm still learning the fair use policies, so for now I can only quote her words. She said something like, "If I wish to start a channel and didn't do it because of fears and doubts, and few years later when I find someone like me have not only started the channel and also doing a very good job, I cannot forgive myself and would regret it all my life. Plus, why should I care about what others would say? If I tell them not to do something, will they listen to me? Then why should I listen to them?" These could be very simple words, but it hit home when coming from someone who I would relate to. So that's my answer. Lots and lots of people have said it before. They said it with better words, they said it with strong emotions, but they didn't come as close to my heart as this girl's words did. I like to say that she influenced me like nobody else did. Similarly, I believe that my videos would influence someone similar to me. Watching my videos, they can even think, if she can do it, I can do a lot better, and that's okay too. When we overthink something, it is normal to have dismissive thoughts. Do I really need to do this? What am I going to achieve? Have I picked this up just by a whim of interest? Have I watched so many videos and wrongly assumed that it is my passion? Like the time I bought all baking equipment after watching series of Russian piping videos. At least then I got to hide those lazy Susan cake carrier boxes in storeroom, and people won't know of this episode in my life. But now with this YouTube, everybody would know. This is what I told myself for that. In this day and age, how important is to have good communication skills, the ability to speak your mind clearly, the skill of being confident in front of camera. How beneficial it would be if we develop all these abilities, and YouTube is the quickest way to develop all these skills together. It is known fact that good communication skills would get me to places. Now education is online, job interviews are held online. The opportunities are endless if I start to make my online presence and also be heard. And also think how all these abilities will come in handy, say in case in future I have to represent my firm in a conference or address media. It all depends on what videos I'm going to make. Am I just going to dump garbage and add to the digital noise, or going to create some quality, valuable content? Say if I create a video and work on it for 5 days, if 100 people watch it and they find it useful, I believe my time is worth spent. This is why I spent a lot of time to narrow down my niche. I'm going to talk a lot about it in my next video, where I'm going to share the plans for the content creation process and my plans for managing my time between content creation, full-time job and family, and also a lot about the niche. So stay tuned for that. For now, to talk about this video's topic and why I don't think it will be a waste of time, I absolutely dig the idea where I learn something new and share it with people. That way, this whole process will be beneficial for both of us. With everything I shared until now, the fear of failure is not a fear anymore. I mean, how do you define failure in YouTube terms? That if I don't gain enough subscribers, or if I don't make a lot of money? One of the famous YouTubers who have nearly 4 million subscribers have said that their channel is dying. Does that mean they have failed? There are lots of channels who have posted nearly hundreds of videos, haven't still monetized, yet they still keep posting. Do we call those channels as a failure? At the end of the day, I will see if all the effort I'm putting in here is worth my time. With everything I said until now, all the skills I'm learning and the abilities I'm building, this is definitely worth my time. So be it 10 subscribers or 1,000 subscribers, this channel will be always a work in progress. I don't see where this will go or where this will take me. Honestly, I'm fine with that. In fact, it is better that I don't see that far. Now that I am 200% convinced that I'm going to start a series channel and also appear in front of the camera, this is what I did. I slowly stopped watching the highly successful channels with best quality videos. Don't get me wrong, they are the reason I even had the idea of starting this channel. They have inspired me and definitely a positive influence on me. But repeatedly watching their channels, I have set the standard so high to meet theirs. When I recorded my very first video, I couldn't help but compare my videos with them. And after that, I felt so utterly disappointed that the quality of my video is nowhere near theirs. And with that, I saw my confidence tumbling down so quickly that I needed so much willpower to bring myself back up again to start working on my content. Instead of watching videos on how to YouTube, I started watching videos on improving my skills where needed. I should keep refining the script. I definitely know I need to improve my communication skills, where I should pause, where should I emphasize, etc. Learning camera basics like autofocus, ISO, exposure, recording in 4K. My audio was terrible. I need to find ways to improve my audio. How can I get cheaper lighting setup? And most important of all, how do I build camera confidence? So I watched videos on public speaking. I hope what I had to say about my fears and doubts resonated with you and also motivated you in your own journey. If it did, please consider subscribing. I will see you shortly in the next one.